Well, it's hard to talk about myself, but after some nice honors in my life, the B'nai Zion is a very special honor that represents how we treat each other. It's a part of my life that's been very important, and it's not my athletic life, it's my personal life. A legend is an old guy that maybe he's accomplished a few things in life, but I don't look at myself as a legend. It really is an honor to have B'nai Zion recognize the support I've always had for things that were related to Israel, and the history I've had on being very strong towards anti-Semitism. Robert Kraft took, I think it was about 18 of us over there with our wives over to Israel, and I've always wanted to be over there because I've been involved in some activities with Israel and friends. We had a chance to see in 8 days a whole lot that was going on in Israel, and people were just working hard, and a lot of the Israeli kids were into football, and we had a chance to go out and kind of work out with them, and I was throwing the ball with a lot of them. We had a good time over there. There was a few that really looked like they could play in the NFL. When I was over there, I had heard about B'nai Zion, and then I found out a lot more about all they're doing in the medical side of things in Israel, which is fantastic. It's just natural to have an underground emergency room. Here in the U.S., you'd think, well, what is that? But in Israel, it's just a natural way to protect themselves, to be underground and get the job done. They have Hamas on the south side, they have Hezbollah up on the north side, these terrorist organizations, and yet in Israel, people were working hard, they were excited, great families, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, you're surrounded by terrorists. You would never know it when you're there with the Israelis. The thing that surprised me the most was the enthusiasm, how excited Israel was about building new businesses, and I've had a chance to invest in a few, and that's been great. I did invest with Shelley Stein, a good friend of mine, on startup companies, mostly in the medical industry, and there's just a lot of activity going on. I also had some great friends up in New York. Val Diker was instrumental in getting the tennis courts built over in Israel. There's no question that there was adversity, but you would never know it by how they lived and how excited they were about their lives. You know, growing up, you come to realize how important your parents are. They're your example. They knew I was a competitive athlete, but they made sure it was healthy. They were at the forefront of teaching me how evil discrimination was. They taught me how important it was to give a darn about someone else other than just yourself, and they were a great example to me. We have a big family, and I got a wonderful wife, and we have 5 wonderful children, 4 girls and a boy. We got 15 grandchildren, 12 girls and 3 boys, and we now have 3 great-grandsons. My parents always rooted for me. As an only child with my parents, we had a phenomenal relationship. At the Heisman dinner, my dad got up there and said, you know, the Lord only gave us one child, but he gave us a good one. Well, it's a real privilege for me to receive this award from B'nai Zion. I'm really, really proud of everything B'nai Zion is doing in Israel, and I can't thank you enough. It's a real honor.